Welcome back, everybody. Here's a little tidbit for you. This week is Data Privacy Week. That's why we're chatting with our good friend, cybersecurity expert Dave Hatter, who joins us via Zoom with his advice on keeping our data secure online. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, it's immediately move into a cave, live only by fire and water that comes from a well. Is that right?
I'm coming to you from my cave right now, Bob. So yes, that is right. You are correct.
All joking aside, it is so difficult in the age that we live in to really keep things secure because everything's online. The way we pay for things is online. Everything we register for online has an online component. It's tough. Where do you even start?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Bob. I mean, your TV is smart, your refrigerator's smart, your car is smart, everything collects data. So it is difficult, like you described, but the good news is there are some things you can do. And the first step, I appreciate you guys having me on today, is to just be aware. Data Privacy Week is designed specifically to raise awareness about why privacy should be important to you and what you can do about it. I also want to throw out real quick, there's a great local organization, Plunk Foundation, I've recently gotten involved in, plunkfoundation.org. It's a local foundation specifically designed to help people understand privacy and take steps to improve it. But once you reach that level of awareness, and people will say, well, why do I care? Could the step tracker you have, your Fitbit or something, could that information get to your insurance company and could they potentially charge you more for insurance without you ever knowing it? Yes. So I don't want to sound too conspiratorial here, but the less data there is out there about you, the better, because it makes it harder for people to impersonate you, identity fraud, that sort of thing. And after awareness, it's really starting to limit your digital footprint. Use privacy-friendly browsers. Don't use Chrome. Don't rely on software from companies that make their money off your data. Use something like Firefox or Brave or Safari. Use a privacy-friendly search engine like Startpage or DuckDuckGo. Use a VPN, a virtual private network. You can get free VPNs or very low-cost VPNs that will not only protect your privacy, but improve your cybersecurity. So,
hey, Dave, let me jump in real quick. I'm sorry, on VPNs, because I've heard people talk about that a million times, and I'm not sure I completely understand, and I don't know if our viewers are the same way. I'm not sure I totally understand what a VPN is or what it does.
So VPN, virtual private network, there's essentially two basic ways it works. There's like a corporate version you might use at work, which is really designed more for security, but you as an individual can get VPN software. There are great applications out there like Nord. Proton is what I use, Proton VPN. And basically, when you connect to a VPN, you're establishing a connection to your VPN provider servers. That connection is encrypted, and then when you hit the internet, you're coming out of their server. Okay, so first off, all of the communications between you and their servers are encrypted, and then it appears that you are coming from their site rather than your own. So it gives you some anonymity, it gives you some additional privacy, makes you much harder to track. So it's both a security feature and a privacy feature. One of the reasons why people like VPNs is, let's say you use Netflix and there's a show that's only shown in Ireland. Well, you can point your VPN to a server in Ireland, and when you hit the internet, it will appear you're in Ireland. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm sort of going in my head now. I'm picturing it in Mission Impossible terms, where they're trying to track a phone call, only it won't go track to my house because there's something between my house and what they're tracking.
Yes, and to be perfectly honest, VPNs aren't perfect. If you think you can become a super cyber criminal and hide your tracks behind a VPN, it does make it much harder to track you down. But the VPN provider, whether it's Nord or Proton or whoever you ultimately use, depending on what they're logging, they're going to be able to trace it back to them, and the VPN people will be able to trace it back to you. So it's not designed for criminal intent, but it is designed to provide this extra layer of encryption, which protects you, and some anonymity. So that is a good way to reduce the amount of data you're putting out there. Less apps on your phone, less Internet of Things devices. Anything you don't really need, you should consider getting rid of it, because all this stuff is collecting data, and it's all based on this surveillance capitalism model where they make their money by collecting your data, selling it to other people, and using it to sell you stuff. So it's not necessarily nefarious. That's just the way it works. And, if you understand the trade-off and agree, great. Yeah. But the less information about you out there, the better off you'll be in the long run.
One of the best lessons, or best sayings, and I'm paraphrasing, that you've ever given me, Dave, is if it's free, that means you're the product. And
that's right.
I think about that quite a lot.
Not the customer.
No, yeah, you're not the customer.
Product,
you're
Bob.
the product. Yeah,
that's right.
Dave, we appreciate your time as always. We'll get this video posted, of course, online. That new website, that new organization here locally. We'll try to get that website up for that as well.
Plunkfoundation.org. I appreciate that, Bob. As always, thanks.
Good stuff, Dave. Thanks so much, buddy.
You can always find our local 12 stories right here on YouTube. Don't forget to tap subscribe, and then you can get all the notifications.